You heard the title, why does TROM suck now? And I've been sitting on that question for a while, and I'm not even saying it as like some random insult. I'm saying it because something about TROM genuinely feels off as I look back on its current state. Like, it's right there. It's so close to being something incredible, but it keeps missing the same core thing over and over again. And that thing is depth, actual skill expression, real mastery. But do note that TROM is still in development, working towards its alpha release. And I need to be fair here, it does some things right. The main thing is that almost every survivor feels like it truly matters, like they truly matter. You don't pick a character and feel useless instantly, you feel that impact immediately. And yeah, that's good, but let's not pretend that's enough. Because impact without depth is just surface level excitement that just dies fast. Skill expression is not just complexity, it's not flashy or, you know, just button presses. It's how far you can push a character when you really understand that character's mechanics. It's whether mastery changes how the game actually feels. And right now, TROM is inconsistent at best in that department. Some characters clearly should have that depth though, like Shadletsky and Jan. And that's what makes it more frustrating because the potential is right there, but it gets dragged down by issues that completely break the consistency. For example, why is Shadletsky's slide server dependent? It literally means that your inputs don't happen immediately, and it can just be infuriating. The same with Jan's axe. As soon as it touches the surface, it just invalidates itself. It's so annoying. All this means that skill doesn't matter the way it's supposed to. Like, you can do things right and still not get the correct result. And that just absolutely demolishes mastery, or at least makes it harder. And then there's survivalists. Take Bacon as the clearest example. The problem isn't that survivalists are simple, I mean Stickmaster Luke is, but the problem is that they completely warp what actual gameplay contribution even means. Because outside of chase, what do? There's no objectives, thankfully, but still, they don't contribute unless they're directly in a chase. It's not consistent at all, nor is it deep. It's just them waiting for chase. And that shifts the gameplay into something way more selfish, into a loop where your value only exists while you are the one being targeted. And that just creates a split identity in the game. One side is team-based survival gameplay, but the other side is isolated, self-focused escape gameplay. And that split is a problem because it pulls the game in two different directions at once. And the more skilled players are going to end up being the more selfish ones at the same time. Now, Bacon does have skill expression, I'm not denying that, but he just ends up being the clearest example of selfishness in this entire category. And here's where it gets worse, because players aren't going to analyze design intent, they look at what stands out. And if the only survivor they can point to having deep gameplay is something like Bacon, someone like Bacon, they're just going to draw the easiest conclusion possible. This is just a Forsaken clone. Even if that's completely wrong. Even if the games are nothing alike in structure, that's still what the perception does. It flattens the nuance. And if you already care about ASIM design in general, I already went deeper into that into my last video. What makes an ideal ASIM? That video isn't about TROM specifically, but it's about the actual principles that most ASIM games fail or succeed on. And a lot of those ideas, upon reflection, connect directly here. So go check it out. But nevertheless, what I want from TROM is simple. More characters that actually reward long-term mastery, not fake depth. Not surface level abilities that look cool but don't evolve over time. I'm talking about kits where you can sink hundreds of hours into and still improve and still refine and still discover new ways to push those characters. That is what gives ASIM games that identity. That is what makes them last. And right now, TROM is missing that layer completely. So when I say TROM sucks now, I'm not saying it because I hate it. No, I love the game. I'm saying it because I can see what it could be. And it's frustrating as hell watching it sit below that level, because everything it needs to be great is just already there in pieces. It just hasn't been put together properly yet. And until that happens, it's always gonna feel like it's missing something huge. But I'll be there to see those pieces get picked up. That's about it. See ya.